We started the Ark Mission Foundation because we saw the environment is in crisis. We're losing up to millions of species in the next 100 years. We see ecological collapse in almost every ecosystem. These are serious risks, and that's why we at the Ark Mission Foundation are backing up the planet so that it will last for billions of years. My moonshot is backing up planet Earth for billions of years. We started the Ark Mission Foundation because we wanted to make sure that human history, knowledge, culture, art, and civilization will never be lost. Our vision is not only to back up science, because we think, in fact, science will continuously be rediscovered. But what is more unique and in a way more precious is culture, art, literature, history, language. These are things which aren't repeated. They only happen once. And at any place in the universe, the artists, the thinkers, the cultural leaders, the civil rights leaders, the humanitarians, the voices that emerged, they are real treasures for the whole universe. So what we decided was, rather than make editorial decisions, we would collect large sets of data curated by others. So we've been collecting the best large data sets that humanity has across cultures, across languages, across genres, and delivering them to space and other locations where they can last forever. Well, if you're doing a moonshot, you obviously have to do it on the moon. But more importantly, the moon is something that people throughout history have looked towards for inspiration. And it's something that everybody has equal access to. Everybody can see it, no matter where they are on Earth. When I was about 8 years old, I had an amazing dream that I still remember very clearly today. In that dream, humanity needed to back up all of our important knowledge so that we could save it and make sure that no matter what happened on Earth, it would never be lost. Fast forward to my actual adult life, where after building many different companies that dealt with storing knowledge and doing artificial intelligence, I came back and asked the question, is it possible to put the Wikipedia on the moon? We're really still at the beginning of this process. We have sent 3 backups to space so far. One in Elon Musk's Tesla. Another is orbiting the Earth on a satellite that contains the Wikipedia now. And most recently, we crash landed the Lunar Library, a 30 million page library, on the moon in Israel's Bereshit lander. So what we're doing is backing up human knowledge and history on special nickel discs that last forever. When we started this project 5 years ago, we couldn't find any storage technology that could handle the amount of data we want to save and that was durable enough to last for up to millions or billions of years. So we had to find new technologies. We started using quartz crystal. We then added the ability to write into these nickel discs, and we're etching pages and images onto them using nanotechnology. These can be recovered with a microscope. You don't need a computer. And the archives that we're making have no electronic parts. They're completely passive objects, and we're putting them around the planet as well as across the solar system. We don't have to replace the technologies and archives that we've already sent. As new technologies emerge, we adopt those and we start to use them for the next archives that we distribute. Our plan is to send many copies to many places and to keep sending updates on a regular basis. So this billion-year archive, as we call it, will always have layers of new technologies, and that is also part of what we can teach and share with people in the future who find it. On million-year timescales, it's almost guaranteed that there will be extinction level events on Earth and on every planet in our solar system. And in fact, we're overdue for one. What we're doing with the Ark mission and the Billion-Year Archive is not only a planetary insurance policy, but it's a way to raise awareness about the fragility and risks that we face here on Earth today. The very fact that we have to do this is a wake-up call that tells everyone, we've got to do something now. We've got to solve this while we still have time. We're building a backup in case we don't. But just building that backup doesn't mean we shouldn't do anything. In fact, we should do everything we can so that the backup is never needed. We succeed if nobody ever has to use what we make. So the ARC mission is backing up the planet, but we're doing it to save the future. We're trying to engineer a better future for humanity. We don't think of this as a one-time project. This is an ongoing mission because there's always more to send. And so this has to be an ongoing process, something that humanity does forever. So think about this the next time you look up at the moon. Humanity is there. Our history is there. 5,000 languages and 30,000 books are there. So when you look at the moon, realize that the moon is forever changed. And we, and maybe you, are part of what we sent.